A question that's being debated a lot right now, I see it all over social media, all over the news, is it cheaper to buy versus rent? And that's a great question, and I think looking at some actual data will help us assess what's really going on in the economy that we're in. Having correct data allows you to make courageous decisions. So this is the Zillow Home Price Index, and it assesses renting. So I'm going to show you here, it's kind of a heat map of the whole country of those spots that are more affordable to rent from a budget standpoint than a housing standpoint. So here, for example, is Utah County, showing that the monthly average rent payment right now is $1,827 per month. The average mortgage, based on average housing prices, interest rates, all those factors in there, in the month of September was $3,623. So if you're looking at the cash flow on it, buying versus renting, it's showing a surplus or a deficit. It is actually showing that it actually is costing you about $1,796 more a month in your actual budget to buy versus rent. So that's a 98% higher actual dollar-to-dollar cost. Salt Lake County, that was $1,706 on the monthly rent, average payment at $3,795, so $2,088, showing it was 122% more affordable if you're just looking at your budget to be able to rent versus buy. And then the northern Utah at $1,907 average monthly rental cost, average payment of $3,662, so a spread of about $1,755 more, less a month to rent versus buy. And so those are real life factors that I think as we look at situations, it's important to look at that. We see you, we realize you pay your bills with dollars. And so if we were to ask the question, does it create wealth for you to buy a home versus rent? The answer is yes. I mean, as we look at, for example, Salt Lake County, that average home is going to go up about $2,200 a month on forecasted appreciation, even though your cash is $1,796 less a month. There is a wealth creation. So our message would be, when do you buy a home? The answer is pretty simple to me. It's when you can afford it. And so as we look at your budgets, we'll run these analysis. I think the in-depth mortgage planning and creating your pathway to home ownership is more important to have candid conversations than ever because of this reality. These rents are sustainable in that level. Most of the debt that was used to purchase all these rentals was at a lower fixed rate. It will sustain where the interest rates have come up. That is created a real disparity in that actual budget item, but it will help you create wealth over time, not necessarily save you on your monthly budget. So if you can save on them and make that work, and we'll run the ratios for you of whether it's sustainable or not. We'll look at different things in your budget. For example, I had a client 2 days ago that it came down to a question of restructuring all the debt that they had using other assets they had, some of their cars, different things like that, restructured, shaved out about $1,000 in monthly debt to create their pathway to affordable home ownership. So call for your free analysis. We want to help you through what's going on in the economy right now, and that's real data. And so hopefully that helps you in making courageous decisions. Feel free to call us, 801-614-5125, and we'll help get your sustainable pathway to home ownership.